After months and months and months of speculation, they finally pull the trigger.
First topic of the day.
Anthony Davis in LA. After months of speculation, this goes all the way back till February around the trade deadline. And the most surprising part of me is that they were able to keep Kyle Kuzma. I thought he was going to go as well. So the Lakers give up. This is a gigantic haul for the Pelicans.
They gave up their future.
They gave up everything, basically, as that Thanos line would say. What did it cost? He said everything. Well, this is basically everything except Kyle Kuzma.
Yep. Did you do it? Yes. What did it cost? Everything.
Okay,
literally.
So what happened was they give up Ingram and Lonzo Ball. We always knew we were going to have to be in this trade. That was inevitable. Then they give up Josh Hart. They obviously get Davis. They give up 3 first-round draft picks, including the 4th pick this year, which is not an insignificant piece by any means, even though everyone says the draft is top-heavy with the 3. But so let's go over this. So now the Pelicans are going to have Zion Williamson. They're going to get their 4th pick. Lakers have about 4 players right now that I know the names of. They have another guy I don't even know. So LeBron James, Kyle Kuzma, Anthony Davis, and Mo Wagner, the former Michigan great, is what the Lakers have right now.
I've never even heard of that guy, to be quite honest with you.
Well, you remember the team that was the runner-up to Villanova?
Yeah.
He was the white guy that hit all those shots.
Okay.
You know who he is.
Yeah,
You just didn't remember, probably. But I think he's a solid piece. But the thing that is tricky with the Lakers is that they only have $23 million left in potential cap space, so I'm not sure how exactly they're going to fill this out. Will some guys go to take less money to play for them? I guarantee that'll happen. Just to, you know how you have those people that want to jump on and try to win a championship, obviously. So you'll get some of those, but could Chris Middleton be a potential fit with the Lakers? I was thinking about that the other day. I think he would be a nice piece, add some more shooting, which they desperately need, and he might not be a max, but he would be close to one. Could Danny Green be in the mix for them? They were saying J.J. Redick, but I think he stays. Kyrie Irving's even been mentioned in Lakers talks now that they got Davis. I still think you're going to get him, but we'll talk more about that another time probably. And Kawhi Leonard's name's even been floated for the Lakers, but I don't see that one. I think it's a 2-team race for Kawhi. I still believe it's the Raptors or Clippers that'll get him.
All right, so literally with this trade, I'm going to say that I was pretty shocked when I heard it. You know, we heard that it was a 2-team race for Davis's services, and it came down between the Celtics and Lakers. And from what I was informed and what I've been seeing is that the Pelicans wanted to trade him to the Celtics, but the Celtics would not give up Jason Tatum, rightfully so. But then you're hearing conflicting reports that they would have. I don't think they would have, and if they did, I think it's foolishness if they did. Especially if you lose Kyrie.
I don't think Davis would have re-signed with the Celtics
either.
Yeah, that's another issue for them when they were trying to get him.
He told his agent to get a deal done with the Lakers.
Yeah, he would. I think the Knicks would have been in play. I think he could have possibly re-signed with the Knicks, but I'm happy the Knicks didn't pull the trigger. I'll talk about that more later. All the media is trying to paint, the Knicks whipped on this guy, the Knicks whipped on that guy. Well, the only guy we whipped on for sure is Anthony Davis. Yeah, nothing else has happened. I understand, and Zion, obviously, but we'll figure it out. Also, in this, I want to go over some more of the picks. In 2021, the Pelicans could get a top 8 pick. If it ends up being in the top 8, they would get that pick. If it doesn't, then they get the 2022 pick wherever it falls. Then in 2023, they have an unprotected pick, as well as an unprotected first in 2024. The Pelicans could potentially swap, I think, or something. So this was a crazy trade.
Yeah, this trade was extreme to the max. They wanted Kuzma. They didn't get it. They get Brandon Ingram instead. They get Lonzo Ball, who I'm not very fond of. I think Lonzo so far needs to show me a bit more. But they get 3 first-round picks, and those 3 first-round picks are going to be tremendous picks for the Pelicans. Pelicans are looking up, especially since the fact that now they have that 4th pick, and they're going to trade it for more value.
Yes,
so look, everything fell into place for the Lakers got the guy they want, and he's going to resign. And listen,
he'll resign. They already said that he will.
So the unibrow goes to L.A. The Pelicans get what they want. They let go of his complaining. Of course, they're going to miss what he did on the court. Of course. However, Jules, I'm just going to say, I think both teams worked. It worked out for both teams in the end.
Yeah, I agree with you. Also, now, I don't agree with this, and I'm sure you're going to think this is asinine as well. The Lakers are now favorites to win the championship, which I think is very premature because we don't even know how this is going to end. They're 7-2 favorites right now.
He hasn't even had a cup of coffee in LA yet. So
well, I guess they just figured because the Warriors are hurting that the Lakers are now the new team to beat, but I think it's very premature.
Yeah.
So I also want to talk about some more stuff, how you were saying, you got into it, how this impacts the Pelicans side of it. So look at the Lakers side. Do you think the Pelicans could be a potential playoff team next year? The starting lineup is looking like Drew Holiday, Lonzo Ball. Ingram's going to be in the mix. You're going to have Zion once he gets picked, and potentially Julius Randle will be re-signed, although they said the Knicks are very interested in Randle. And the Pelicans will be picking fourth. We're also going to talk some draft stuff too, but I'm just curious to see what you think the Pelicans' ceiling is in the short term and the long term. How do you think this could play out for them? You kind of talked about it before, but I want to dive a little deeper.
Well, I feel that this trade really, they did this for the future. Those 3 first-round picks are going to be 3 players who they hope can contribute. And they have, you know what? From what I'm getting from this trade, they really see something in Lonzo that the Lakers obviously did not.
No.
And Brandon Ingram, who I've always been very high on.
Mm-hmm. For another Dookie. You guys got 3 Dookies running around there.
So the thing is, I think that their ceiling to start, I think they're going to center the team around Zion.
Yeah, of course.
And I think that their ceiling can be as high as going to the finals someday. Not right away.
Yeah, that'll take
I'm going to say this. I'm going to say 2 years. I'm going to give them 2 years. I think next year they're going to be decent. I'm a realist. I think that they got some players that could really up their production. However, I don't think that they're going to shoot to the finals at all next year. I think they need more pieces. I think that, listen, if they trade that 4th pick that they have the 1st and the 4th. Listen, they could get another player for their bench. They could get someone to contribute. I think that the Pelicans, like I said, when the Pelicans made this trade and I looked at what they got, I said, in my opinion, I think the trade is even. But I think it's actually 51-49 in way of the Pelicans.
I actually favor the Pelicans in this trade as well. I think they did a better job.
Yeah, they hosed the Lakers. The Lakers got a guy they wanted.
The Lakers were held hostage because the Knicks and Celtics weren't really in it. That's why I'm almost surprised, but they got exactly what they wanted, like you said. And the other two, and maybe your boy Okafor can have a second life with the Pelicans. He's still with the Pelicans. So Okafor, Zion, and Brandon Ingram.
You should just name it the New Orleans Duke.
And speaking of that, there's rumors to try to get the 2nd pick to jump us for R.J. Barrett. Have you seen that? They want to use the 4th pick and some other assets to maybe make a trade with Memphis. I don't know if they will give it up. Also, there's rumors that the Pelicans are open for business with Atlanta potentially with all their first-round picks, but we'll see. And also, outside the box, Bradley Beal has been mentioned in trade rumors as well for that 4th pick. So I think that's a lot of options for the Pelicans right now.
Yeah.
Draft night's going to be very interesting. It's going to be fascinating to watch what happens at the top. It's not very deep, but you can find value in some later picks, I still think. I'm going to say this, so we're going to transition to draft talk soon. But I think the Pelicans could be, I think their ceiling is like a 6th seed next year. I can see them making it as a low 6th seed, maybe win a round and that's it, or maybe lose in the first round. But I think if everything comes together that they could be a 45. I'm not going to say 50 because that's a big step for a young team, but I think they can be in playoff contention next year.
I agree with that. I think that everything they've done and the players they've picked up and we'll see how well they do in the draft with Zion and if they keep the 4th pick, who they go with there.
Yeah, apparently Culver is the name to watch if they keep that pick.
I could see that. I think that the Pelicans, I could see a 6th seed. I could see, I'm going to say between 43 and 45 wins. I think that's doable.
Yeah, they could do it, I think. I also think Lonzo and Zion's a great fit, low-key. I think that Zion, that's a great pairing because he doesn't need to shoot that much on that team, and he can set up Zion a lot, so I think that could be a great matchup.
I think
a great match. There we go.
I mean, Lonzo doesn't have to be the star; he can contribute.
Not at all, no.
And when he doesn't have to be the number 1 guy, I think he'll be just fine.
Yeah, I also think it would have helped if he was able to play with LeBron more last year. They didn't really get to play together that much. Drew Holiday's still really good, so the Pelicans, their future is looking very bright, and it was a great trade, especially since they only had a year left of him, and they knew they had to trade him. So I thought it was outstanding.
Yeah, I agree 100%. with all this.
It was way better than what the Raptors got for Kawhi Leonard. They got a bag of balls for Kawhi Leonard compared to this. They got DeMar DeRozan, a first-round pick. What do you do?
It's crazy because Kawhi Leonard basically was the key to winning them their first championship.
Could Davis be the key for LA winning them a championship next year? If they win it, I'd have to say probably.